on Skype from Canberra, where you find the South African Embassy. Don't lose your passport in Sydney or Perth. If you need another one, you have to go all the way to Canberra to get one. That's where the embassy is, and also that's where you'll find our World Cup winning coach and now coach of the Brumbies, Jake White. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, how are you going, Darren? It's not a bad thing to come down to Canberra, mate. I mean, the way you're making it, as though it's not a great trip down here.
It's a lot of Aussies that, if you sort of say which is the one city you should try and avoid in Australia, that's the one that they always talk about. But clearly it's not as bad as Aussies make it out to be, or some of them.
Yeah, look, I mean, the bottom line is Darren, it's a bit like Bloemfontein, I suppose, in a lot of ways. You know, it's a rural town. Boys like their rugby. I suppose, the Aussies like the beach and the sun and that sort of stuff. And whereas in Canberra, we're much closer to the sort of ski slopes and much closer to sort of the colder weather. So, but it's nice here. I mean, it's really nice to be in Canberra.
So they have ski slopes in Australia as well.
Yeah, they do. In fact, skiing's a big thing here down in a place called Thredbo. They've got it's a massive ski resort down here, and in fact, in the winter months and all the school holidays, everyone takes their little kids down to the ski slopes and go and ski in Australia. It's a bit expensive, I must say. It's a bit expensive. It's because there's only sort of 2 places or 3 places you can ski. But yeah, it's really. I mean, it's obviously something that's new to me.
Yeah. Oh, so you have been trying it out. How's it going?
No. The skiing is not one of my things. I don't enjoy the cold, Darren. So.
Yeah, never heard of too many skiing world champions that were involved in one way or another with Jeppy. That's normally where you'll find your rugby guys and cricket guys coming from. But it's nice to chat to you again. And how's the experience going with the Brumbies? Obviously off to a good start until the Sharks went and derailed what could have been another nice win.
Yeah, Darren, sorry, let me just think. Is Ballz Radio in Durban or near Ballito somewhere?
No, it's Ballz Radio, and we're sitting on the Buccleuch interchange in Joburg. That's where we're based.
Well, I thought maybe you were chucking a Sharks thing at me for some reason. But
no, we're not unbiased. We're completely unbiased, although we do say that we some of us here are Sharks supporters, but yeah.
Yeah, listen, I mean, look, they played really well, Darren, but it's going nicely. I mean, look, I don't want to overplay the point, but we really got a young team. You know, we got basically a no-name group together. We lost probably 7 or 8 Wallabies last year, probably about 400 test caps last year. So, I mean, the bottom line, no one really gave us a chance. And to be top of the Australian Conference, and we got the Reds this weekend, so it's a massive game for us. I mean, it's probably where we wanted to be because at least we're under the radar and no one really gives us a bit of a shout. So, nice to be part of a young group.
Absolutely. Sorry, Jack, I was going to ask you because we can do this. Your screen, I think, is just kind of tilting back. There we go. Now we've got your full face again. Okay. Yeah, that sort of downward shot. You better tell the cameraman at the games as well that that sort of low angle camera is not better. Yeah, this is a better one, straight up front. The Sharks are that kind of team, though. I mean, they can win games, they can lose. You just never. It's almost like the French rugby team or the West Indies cricket team. You just never know when they're going to either turn up and win a game or not. And it's never a game that you could ever say, yeah, this is one we can notch down as a probable win.
Well, look, let me say, Darren, one of the best compliments that happened on the weekend is when Bismarck du Plessis ran up to the referee at the Hooter and said, if we kick it directly into touch, do we win the game? And what I mean by that is that I know that the Sharks would have looked at the fixture list and said, okay, Brumbies will beat them. So the compliment for me is that he actually runs up the ref and says, listen, if we kick it out, can we win this game? Because that puts things in perspective. I just said to the players afterwards, just look at their body language. They were desperate to beat us. And as I said, there's 10 Springboks, 2 on the bench. For me, I mean, obviously we don't like losing, but at the same time, to get a result like that against the Sharks and to have them almost hold on till the last player of the game means that we're developing as a group.
Yeah. You mentioned it. You say that some people might be looking at the fixture list going, right, let's tick the Brumbies as a game we should win, maybe pick up away points, and they would have looked at the Reds and gone, well, you can't really predict a win against the defending champions. It's almost like it's turned the other way around. People are now looking at the Brumbies going, hold on a second, it's a young side, but we've got a bit of a battle on our hands here. And then the Reds have just suddenly gone south again. What do you put that down to?
Look, I mean, I think there's 2 reasons. One is obviously they've been injury struck, but over and above that, Darren, I think what's happened is people look at the Reds now and they go, listen, we mustn't take them lightly. They're champions. So everyone wants to beat the incumbent champions. And that's a different pressure to what the Reds have been used to. I think that in a lot of ways, we like the Reds of last year. No one gives us a chance. They all want to play against us. Our challenge is going to be this time next year when people take us seriously. Yeah. So, I say that now, but we play the Reds this weekend, and you can imagine, their backs are against the wall. They've lost 3 games in a row. That they haven't done that since 1998 or 2009 or something ridiculous. It's been a long time since they've lost 3 games. So, we're really going to have to up our game this weekend if we want to try and beat the Reds at Suncorp Stadium.
All right, Super Rugby at the moment, still early days, so a lot still got to happen. Let's just turn our attention, obviously, to this, and we hopefully we will be catching up with you pretty often during the course of the year and chatting to you over there in Canberra. It's really nice to catch up with you because we get a South African perspective on things as well. But with the Springbok side, obviously Heineke, new job quality, his credentials are there as a coach, so we look forward to seeing what he's going to be doing. A lot of good talent and new talent coming through as well. Just want to ask you though, as you sit there right now, do you still see yourself as coaching the Springboks again one day?
Well, Darren, I'm obviously, it's not, let me say this to you, I've obviously focused on where I am now, but I'd love to have coached my own country. The reality is I'm not in Australia because of any other reason that I want to coach rugby, and I must say to you, Darren, I'm learning a massive amount in Australia. They do things a bit differently. It's not their national game. They've got the Institute of Sport that really give us an added value. So to answer your question, I'd like to coach international rugby again. And one of the greatest honors I've ever had in my life, I've said it many, many times, was to coach the Springboks. So, who knows? Rugby's a funny game, but, and things happen for a reason. I suppose while the administration's in place there, Darren, it's probably highly unlikely because they've made it quite clear that I'm not going to be around for a while. But, as I said, rugby goes around in strange places. And I can never say never, but I would really like the honour of one day coaching international rugby again.
Right. The reason why I ask is because obviously, and we wish Heineke all the best. He's a hell of a good guy, and as we say, his credentials speak for himself as well. So we're not talking Heineke out of a job, but I think we all know what comes with the Springbok coaching job, and it's never a long-term plan. You can maybe put 4 years onto it, and then whatever happens after that, good luck to you, as you experience yourself, Jake. So, but I've just got that little feeling that somewhere down the line we'll be chatting to you as a Springbok coach again in the not-too-distant future, because you're still a spring chicken. How old are you now?
Darren, I'm still really young, that's the bottom line. But again, you've gone through some difficult times as well, my friend. The reality is one knows how life works out. So, yeah. I'm hoping one day, who knows, but, Nick always told me you get 2 kinds of Springbok coaches, and that's Springbok coaches, ones that have been fired and ones that will be fired. So we never know what happens,
Absolutely. Well, we really appreciate chatting to you. Just one final question today, pop quiz.
Yep.
Somebody you know very well's birthday today.
Yes, I know. I actually texted him this morning. I had a long chat to John Smith and obviously wished him all the best and hoping it's going well with Saracens and hopefully it's going well with Roxy and Tyron and Emma. So, and he came back to me. He's obviously very chuffed. I think he's a bit of a loaded answer in that we lost to the Sharks last weekend. So he's loving the fact that the Sharks beat the Brumbies. But, I wish John and obviously I wish him happy birthday, and to all his fans, I think it's fantastic that he's done so well.
Jake, just one more favour before we let you go. Could we grab his number?
Yo, he keeps changing it every week, so we've tried all 12 numbers we had for him, but we're going to keep trying him and see if we can chat to him.
Well, what I'll do is Darren, I'll SMS it to you now in the next 2 minutes, and then you can give him a call.
Fantastic, Jake. Well, look, we look forward to chatting to you again during the course of the next few weeks, months, and years. And we appreciate your time in our first week here at Ballz Visual Radio. Thanks a lot for chatting to us, and all the best for the rest of Super Rugby season.
No, great, Darren. And as I said, my friend, hang in there. I know things probably haven't worked out like for you, but at the end of the day, I'm sure things will turn around. The sun will shine again, my friend. So from my side down here and down under in Australia, Darren, I'll be in South Africa soon. We got the Bulls and the Lions coming up, So hopefully we'll talk again. And as I said, good luck, my friend. I hope everything goes well.
Appreciate it, Jake. Thanks a lot, man. Look after yourself. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Ciao, man. Thanks, Jake.